Okay, so we talked about earlier, we touched on how it's kind of hard finding new games because we want new experiences. But there are still games that I'm excited to play. Are there any games that you're really kind of just itching to play or maybe get back to? What games are occupying your brain space right now, off the top of your head?
Yeah, there's a bunch of them. One game in particular is called Rise of Tribes.
Oh, okay. I just listened to who's talking to? Just listening to Blue Peg Pink Peg talk about this,
I
and it
was just gonna
sounds
say,
great.
yeah.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Rise of Tribes is a game that your actions are done by dice rolling, and you use a combination of the symbols that are shown on your dice to take whatever the correlating action is on your player mat. So like I think it's like blanks, suns, and moons, I think are the
Mm-hmm.
icons, and you
Yeah.
roll them, and what ends up happening is like you have a total of 3 dice or whatever, and you put them on your player board, and then you roll the dice, and then like whatever you decide to use, you like push one of the dice off of the top layer of your board and move it down onto the bottom. And then what you do is you take the dice that are on that top layer and you say, oh, okay, I have like 2 moons, and 2 moons nets me this many mans or populations or whatever. Um, and likewise, like harvesting or putting down people. I don't know what it is. I've watched some videos on it, but um, I again, what drew me to that game was just kind of the presentation, the quality, the production levels of that game really drew me in to kind of like want me to know more. I heard a lot of great responses as far as like how the game plays.
Mm-hmm.
It's not too heavy, it's not too light. It kind of fits in that like board game geek heavy status or weight of like 2.5, maybe upwards of 3.
Yeah.
Or maybe even past a little bit 3, but just into that area where it's just like it makes a lot of sense what you're supposed to be doing, having that balance of being like, okay, this isn't going to be too complicated, but there's still going to be a lot here that you can dig into. Production quality as well too. I got the deluxe bits with it as well too, which are really nice. They're really nice. Not only just nice. I've said that like 3 times, but really good wood quality to them. Nice finishes. Just the overall presentation too, as well with the art, I think really struck a chord with me too. Really
Mm-hmm.
wanting to dig into this one. 2 or 3 players, I think, would just be the sweet spot. Maybe
Yeah.
even 4. But Rise of Tribes has been a game on that list that I've been itching on wanting to try to get out. And hopefully, when I start feeling better, it will be on that list to play
Yeah.
soon.
Actually, that's so funny that you were saying that, because as I've been listening to the few podcasts I listen to, I'm listening, but nothing is standing out to me except for that game. That's like the first one in a while that's like, wow, maybe I should check this out.
Well, this sounds really good.
So there's a game that I want to get back to the table, and there is actually something that's helping me do that, or wanting to do that, and that is the Rise of Fenris expansion for Scythe.
Say Rise of Tribes Fenris. I was like, what?
No,
Yeah!
yeah, it's so it's the last of the 3 expansions that were planned for Scythe, and it's not legacy, it is a
Campaign.
campaign. Thank you. A campaign game that, as you play, goes through all the new mechanisms and everything from previous expansions, I believe. But it feels like everything in Scythe in one, and that gets me so excited because it's probably been maybe 6 months since I've played a game of Scythe, and Scythe is one of my favorite games. Now, I did a big no-no, and I looked through almost everything,
You
and
son
that's
of a gun.
I know, and I do not do that. I haven't done that for Charterstone. I haven't done that for other Legacy games. I take that back. We played 2 games of Risk Legacy and hated it, so I opened everything because that game sucked.
Oh, interesting. Oh, that's right. I know
Yeah,
you're not really a fan of Legacy
I'm just not a
games.
Risk fan. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
but this one, I'm so excited to have some friends, and this will probably be our next after Root. After we're done with Root in a few months or whatever, this will be the next campaign game that we play every other week and just get through. I believe it's like 8 missions or something like that. I
Yeah,
honestly
it's
don't
8
know.
missions. 8
Yeah, 8
campaign
missions.
missions, yeah.
Yeah, but Scythe has just always been one of the strongest played games. Meaning, every time I've played it with someone, it's been a hit,
Mm-hmm.
and they've all enjoyed it, and they've bought, and multiple people have purchased copies, and I'm just excited to kind of bring that. I think enough time has passed because we played the crap out of that game, but I think enough time has passed where I could bring it back out and have the new in there and have it change a bit each time. I still. I still haven't played the second expansion with the airships
I don't know.
a lot.
Mm.
Yeah,
Wind
anyway,
Gambit?
that one, yeah, Wind Gambit. I've played that one a few times, but I want to play that one a lot more, and I'm hoping the Rise of Fenris kind of helps me do that as well. You've played Scythe, right?
Yeah, I've played Scythe.
Okay,
I've
yeah,
only
yeah.
played Base of Scythe. Really no interest. I originally, I think with a lot of people found that the production art values in that game were stellar, and that there
Mhm.
was a great game with mechanics behind it that really resonated well with the board game community.
Yeah,
Rise of Fenris, I think, is far and beyond the best expansion that I think you can get for this game.
I agree.
And it's just one of those games that a friend of mine ended up getting it, and he went all in, and I was really glad to be able to see it and play his own version of the copy, and never really felt the urge to get one for myself.
Hmm.
I'm actually getting a lot of crap from my friend today, most recently, because there is a campaign that he's hosting every week, every Friday or Saturday, and they are now going to be 4 missions deep after this week into that
Ooh.
game, and it sounds like they are having an enjoyable time with it.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't know, I can appreciate Scythe and everything, and I'll
Mhm.
definitely play it if we're in that mood. Scythe, to me, interestingly enough, the first time I really truly played it, I think, was at Gen Con 2016, or even before that. And for some reason, like, Scythe just seems to be that great like game you set aside at a convention and just play.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a solid,
I'd love to do
solid
that.
title.
Yeah, I think that's just
Yeah.
how I'd love to play Scythe moving forward. Again, I'm no good at it. I probably score some of the least points in that game, but it's just I have a lot of fun with moving the little bitsies ups and downs.
Yeah.
Why'd you look through Fenris?
Okay. So I think I just got too impatient, and I wanted to know. And it was a weird decision process. I stared at the box for a long time. Like, just
my-
me and that box looking at each other. It was at the table, and I was just like, I'm in charge here.
Yeah,
Clearly I was not.
You did.
Clearly I was not in charge.
you tell that box who's who.
Yeah. But it's exciting, and I don't know, I don't consider it like it's not legacy, but I don't think that's going to diminish the experience for me.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's going to help me generate a better buzz about what's coming up
Mm-hmm.
to the people I'm playing it with, because I'll be playing with people who who enjoyed it and who've played it in the past, but I don't know if they're as excited as I am to play it. I'm still just full on stoked
Awesome.
to play that game.
Awesome. Do you regret it? No, you don't. I mean, you don't regret it. You just said so. You don't
Right.
regret looking through it.
I don't live my life with guilt. I just do it. No, I'm just kidding. I'm totally
do
rid
what
of
you
guilt
want.
about everything. I do me. No, just kidding.
Woo!
I live with guilt every day.
Oh no.
What's getting you excited in the hobby right now? There's this lull that I've been talking about with us. I just don't. I hope it doesn't continue. I want something to ignite it again.
Here's the thing. Like, for some reason, a lot of people around me are not really excited with a lot of the games that are going to be coming out. I'm really looking forward to Lords of Hellas. I still haven't received my G-Dang copy.
It's a good game.
I know it's a good game, and I really want to play it. So I'm actually really excited for that game still. I got a copy of Alien Artifacts by Portal Games.
Ooh, yeah.
I'm really interested in playing that game. It just hasn't come out on the table yet. Totally interested in playing. I'm looking forward to playing Decrypto. I think I'm going to be able to get a game of Decrypto in this week, which I'm looking forward to.
That's when I want to play again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I literally today, I troll around I poke around the Twin Cities Kickstarter geek list, and I look for good deals. People are just trying to offload their board games and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I picked up $290 worth of Too Many Bones stuff for $175.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
That is cool.
So a friend of mine and I are actually going in on it together. He's going to get the base game. I'm going to go with Undertow because I think I was doing some research and they're basically like, too many bones, totally cool. Undertow, you'll be able to start right in, 1 to 2 players. So me and my wife will be able to get into it. I got an extra character so that if a third player wanted to join us, cool. But I think it'll just be myself and my wife giving this a play. Looked at the contents, like this stuff is A+. I've had my eye on this company for a while, has generated a ton of buzz. Totally excited to give Undertow a try. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah. It looks interesting. I think that's a game I would definitely want to play, but I don't think I could ever buy it because I know I couldn't get everything, or I wouldn't want to invest all in on that game.
Yep.
However, I would totally play it once and then maybe just be fine with the base set. I have no idea, but it looks fascinating.
Same thing with like Scythe, it seems like for me, right? Like a game that is just like gonna be sweet, just you can't do it. I have Seventh Continent still coming.
Oh, that's a game I wish I went in. I would love to play that with my son. I think my son would love that. He's 6 years old. I think we could play that together.
Yeah, a friend, someone I know ended up having did the split shipping or had a copy or whatever. Look through it. Looks awesome, man. And I'm actually looking forward to that game coming. Dude, you know what's coming really soon that I don't think you remember? Freaking Fireball Island, man.
Holy, that's right. I got the most recent update, and I was like, I totally forgot about that game. Completely forgot about it. That is soon.
I went all in, and I know this plays on nostalgia, but I'm kind of looking for something really cool and light to play. And I think that game is going to be fun to just bring out and play. I think we're going to have an awesome time. There's still a lot there, at least for me, to be excited about. And I know there's a lot of people, like Escape Plan from Vital Lacerda.
Yes.
That's going to be awesome.
Yes.
We're supposed to play on Tabletoptopia. We haven't done it yet.
That's something we need to do.
I know, we're going to do
that
it
soon.
We're going to do that. And we're also going to play Star Trek Bridge Crew on VR. And
I'm so excited for that too.
We got to stream it.
Oh, that's a great idea.
I'm going to stream it because I think it's going to be hilarious. Because then we could actually see each other for the first time in virtual reality. And reach out and touch each other.
Oh, okay. Have you played? I was playing Onward on VR. Quick side note here, but it's a military sim, and you can see the people that you're playing with, and you can get really close and touch their head.
Yeah,
and it's unnerving. It's unnerving.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Yeah.
It's fantastic.
There's another game very similar to that. Not Onward. It's like a military shooter that. Yeah, it's bizarre.
Same thing.
Yeah, same thing.
It's wild. So speaking of Escape Plan. I'm very excited for Escape Plan next year sometime. I'm excited for the next game from him, On Mars.
On Mars, another game to look forward to.
Yeah, that one looks fascinating. I've never invested into Terra Mystica. Yeah. Nope, that's not true. I freaking love Terra Mystica. I meant to say Terraforming Mars.
Boom.
I have no desire, and I think I've talked about this before, but I just don't care. I'm sure it's fantastic. Oh, we did talk about this because it's the component quality that's the biggest turnoff.
Yeah.
But the combination of Vitalis Lacerda and Eagle Griffin, they
peanut butter and jelly.
For real, they do such a great job. And
pickles. Fish and rice.
Oh yeah.
Sushi.
Oh, thank you. Okay. See my confused look?
Oh yeah, you were super confused. What the heck you talking about?
The first game of theirs I played was The Gallerist.
Yeah,
so good. Fantastic.
Yep.
I still want to play Lisboa. I don't have a copy of that, but I don't know how many heavy Vitalis Lacerda games I actually need. I have Kanban, which I think they're doing new version of that, right?
So there's been rumblings for it. I wouldn't be surprised if there wasn't something in the works for that, I guess.
I mean, if they give it the same treatment, if Eagle Griffin does the same treatment with it, that'd be sweet.
Yeah, sorry, continue. There's more games. There's still more games that I'm excited about that I'm just going to quickly rattle off.
Oh, go.
Yeah, okay. So, 5-Minute Dungeon at Curses.
Yes.
That game is awesome. And I'm really excited to see what Curses brings to the table.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Gorus Maximus, trick-taking game.
Yes,
1 to 8 players by Inside Out Games. Super awesome game. Freaking Dinosaur Island.
Island.
That game's coming back. That game is coming back hard once that expansion comes out.
Yes.
No joke. Vast and Mysterious Manor, super hard plug for Leader Games. Boom.
Whoop.
That game
Excited
is
for that
going.
one.
Yeah, that game is undergoing some awesome updates. Can't say much about it. Just know that everybody will be happy with it. A game. Okay, this isn't a game that's coming out, but a game that I'm going to be playing very soon is Near and Far. Amber Mines. Like,
so good.
yeah, and like, so weirdly enough, I am waiting for a freaking insert for that game to come out, and then once everything is nicely organized within the insert, bam, that next day I'm gonna get people to play it.
It's a fantastic game. We played that game a lot when we first got it, and I think my favorite way to play it. So there are a lot of different ways to play it, but there's one that's an arcade mode that instead of reading the stories, because that kind of took a long time, and we just kind of didn't want that part of it after we played it for so long. It's just a small deck of cards that just gives you a choice.
Mm-hmm.
It just gives you any story or anything like that.
Right.
Anyway, I love Near and Far.
Yeah.
Fantastic game. I'm excited for you to experience that.
Yeah, and one of the last things that I have backed, well, Nanty Narking. Nanty Narking is a game that I backed. Again, might go back into it. There was a game by Frigin Kevin Wilson that actually came out on Kickstarter, which was a co-op dungeon crawler that I always like his dungeon crawlers. I think they're really interesting and innovative.
What's it called?
Innovative.
So what is it in? Oh, it's innovative.
Is innovative. Give me 1 second. I'll be able to.
It's not the Ninja Turtles one, right?
No, it's
the
not,
new one.
It's not the Ninja Turtles one.
Ghostbusters.
Nope, that's not it either.
I'm start naming franchises. Teletubbies. Doug the cartoon.
Boom. Oh, that's interesting.
Speaking of cartoon games, though, I'm really excited for Simon's racing game, the wacky car racing one.
Yeah, I'm really excited for the reprint of Blue Moon City.
Oh yeah, when's that gonna happen?
I don't know.
That's still happening, right?
I think so. I can't find it. Anyways, there's a game by Kevin Wilson that a friend of mine sent me that I'm interested on checking out. Yep, can't find it. Anyways, also, freaking, what is it? The Explorers of the North Sea.
Oh yeah,
Raiders of the North Sea, the mat in the box,
North Sea,
in the RPG. I'm just interested in those bits. So
yeah,
I would say that there's definitely a lot. There's definitely a lot to look forward to. However, as far as like them owning it, I do definitely want to be picky about what I decide that I want to end up owning, because there's stuff that I definitely want to play versus wanting to own. So I mean, we'll see what ends up happening, but we're post Gen Con. We're heading into kind of the slower months. I would definitely say that we'll have a trickle here and there of games that will come out, but I think we will have a lot to look forward to. A lot of newness.
I agree. I'm excited for the new version of Eclipse.
Oh yeah,
next year.
It's a good one.
That got really expensive. I paid $60 for the original, and I think I put like 180 into this one. But we played that game so much.
It's gonna be
to
worth
the point
it.
where
It's gonna be worth it.
Do you ever play Eclipse?
No.
Okay, so for those who've played it, the one thing that bothered me, and that kind of made me stop playing it after a while, is if you get really poor exploration pulls, and so you explore and you get like a tile for a new part of the galaxy, and it could totally affect the whole way you play the game. Now, I was never stellar at this game, but that just kind of always irked me and gave me really bad games. And so I'm excited to see what they did to kind of affect that.
Yeah.
But that's one that I'm excited to bring back. And I really love what they did with it in bringing in the miniatures and just kind of making it a bigger game. And
Sure.
I'm very excited for that.
Excellent.
One game I'm not 100% sure why I backed, but I did, was the Street Fighter game.
Oh my!
Did you look at that at all?
I gave you so much crap for that.
Oh, that's right. So the Street Fighter miniatures game, and I didn't just do the base box. Well, I did like the pledge that gave you all the stretch goals, and all the stretch goals were just original Street Fighter 2. I have never played Street Fighter past Street Fighter 2 Turbo, not even a second.
That's still good. I mean, Street Fighter 3 has its moments.
It's great. I've heard 5 is great. Even like I've heard 5 has some is
some
fantastic.
But yeah, 5's good.
Yeah.
How
I just
is that game
I
coming
backed
along?
that game. Slow. I'm assuming. It's one of those where I just set it and forget it. I just backed it, and if it shows up, great. If not, I kind of knew what I was getting into. And it's Jasco Games, and they did not have a great history with Mega Man. But
Well, see, here's the thing, though. I think Mega Man, I think, didn't play well, but I thought the production values of Mega Man were good,
yeah,
right?
I've heard that. I've heard the game was garbage, but everything else looked fantastic.
Yeah.
And these miniatures for Street Fighter, they're big, they're full color. You get a lot of weird butt angles for the girl minis, which is just weird.
That is
It's
kinda
weird. It's weird. It's a bit uncomfortable. Like I don't think I'd let my son play with those or
Yeah.
play the game with me for
Mhm.
that reason. But that's one where I'm just kind of interested to see where they go with that. How can they make it fun? Because I think they brought some of the Exceed system in from Level 99 games.
Oh, sure.
I think he kind of consulted with it for the fighting system. So I think there's going to be interesting gameplay. Is there interesting gameplay enough to warrant an entire Street Fighter game? Maybe.
I don't
know. Yeah.
Speaking of Level 99, one game I almost bit on recently was Millennium Blades.
Yeah, that's one that I'm very interested in.
I'm interested in, but I just like the idea of playing a board game about a collectible card game is just like I don't want to own it. I just want to play it, and no one I know owns it.
I think it's long. I think it's kind of hard to get through the first play, then once you do, but I've heard great. Like I've heard it's worth putting the effort into.
I'm a sucker for Pixel Tactics too.
That's one I've wanted to play because that's an older game. They've put out decks and decks of those.
They have, yeah. So like, yeah, that I've always passed by Pixel Tactics and Millennium Blades. I'm just like, like you look so cool. There's just something that I just don't want in like for me to own you, right? It's like a game that if I find on sale for like super cheap, you know, if I could pick up Millennium Blades for $40, I would be all over that. But I can't.
Yeah, that's true.
I can't pay that amount of money for that. I would love to play Werewolf Legacy.
That looks great.
I would love to play Werewolf Legacy. I
didn't back it, but it would look great.
I know. Betrayal Legacy, like that's gonna be a hard game for me not to buy.
Yeah.
It's never gonna get played, and I'll probably still get it for like Christmas or something. But I really want it. I really want it.
Okay, so back to Level 99. They have one of the few games, one of two games that I have either trade or sold away, but then have repurchased.
Oh,
and that game was Devastation of Endines. I traded it away because it was a 2-player game. I never played it, and it was like the Kickstarter version. Like it was everything.
Yeah.
I didn't back it on Kickstarter, but the game store that I shopped at did. And so I bought it from them and traded away. Fast forward 4 years, I was like, I wonder if he still has that game. Texted the guy I traded it with. He still had it, never played it. I got it back.
Oh, dude,
and I think
that's
I traded away like Space Empires 4X and Tragedy Looper. Haven't played it yet. Haven't played it since I got it back.
Was
but
he
it is
happy to
back.
hear from you? Like you just sent this random guy a text?
Awesome guy from an old game group.
Oh, okay.
Super good guy. But yeah, it's staring at me, and I want to play it, and I've come close. I had it set up once, but then I couldn't have game night one night, and it's hard because it's only 2 players.
Mm-hmm.
But that's one game. The other game, that I have purchased multiple times is a Twilight Struggle. No, the second time was a gift. I told someone I wanted it for a gift, and that's what they gave me. I put it on like a list, and I've actually played that one more this time owning it than the first time.
Oh, good.
And that's a fantastic game.
Yeah, that's cool. I've never done that. I've never repurchased a game. I've been pretty okay with selling a game and feeling like, yep, I'm good.
It's gone. Yeah.
It's gone.
I regret. There's still some that I regret. Like I was like, I wonder if I should have gotten rid of that, but the feeling's not strong enough to go and hunt it down again. Ooh, except one. There's one that I can never get. I guess I could. The Dungeon Run by Plaid Hat Games.
Freaking
I think we talked about this a tiny bit with our Isaac Vega episode.
You did. Yeah, you really kind of put in an earworm for Isaac to be
right.
Please make Dungeon Run 2.
Well, they announced Dungeon Run 2 in like 2012
that's
or
right.
2013. And then it just got nixed. And between them announcing it and not doing it, I sold my copy, and we had some great memories with that game. It's probably not even a fantastic game. I don't remember. I just remember that everyone had fun with it. There's not a lot of meat to it, but that was a fun fun game.
God, that reminds me of is it Dungeon Quest by FFG? The
Yes.
revised edition where you're like it's a tile laying dungeon crawler that you could like
Hmm.
lose within the first like tile that you place. That
Yes.
game was so broken, but it was so fun. Like it was so
See, I've never played
stupid.
it. That's one that was on my wish list for a long time. That's really
There's a
funny.
copy of it just gaining dust at the game center. I look at it every single time. I'm just
Oh
like,
yeah,
I
same here.
really
I think
want it.
every game store has a copy of it just sitting there.
Yeah. Oh, that's so classic. I really want to give speaking of Isaac Vega, I've had my eye now on actually picking up Ashes. I
Oh,
didn't realize it
yes.
had dice in it for some
Yeah.
reason.
It's super cool.
Someone was selling it at a market for like $40 and I was like, like I just maybe, but I couldn't bite the bullet on it. But I'm really seeing if it ever goes like on sale again for maybe like
Hmm.
25-30 that I want to give it a shot. Oh, I have a game for you.
Hmm.
Friggin' Guild Ball.
Wait,
Guild
like an
Ball.
old game?
No. Well, yeah, this is an old game. This isn't new, but as a
Yeah,
game,
yeah,
as far
yeah.
as like a game that I'm like interested in, I want to play.
Yeah.
Guild Ball. Like I started actually watching some videos on that, and man, that actually looks like a lot of fun.
I've actually heard good things. I think I went down that road a while back because I was looking into what's the Games Workshop one
Blood
with
Bowl.
the football. Yeah, Blood Bowl, and
Yeah.
I think that kind of popped onto to my radar.
Yeah.
Have you played it at all?
Nope.
Have you played Guild Ball?
No, I haven't played Guild Ball yet. I'm going to probably try to play it with a friend of mine here in the next couple of weeks. Because it very much functions kind of like so. It's like a play on like a huge area, right? Like a field. And it's
Hmm.
actually like two boards. So it's like a full 6-panel board plus a 2-panel board. Like that's how big this game is.
Whoa.
And then you have these. So what's really cool about this game, I'm like banging my desk. I'm so excited.
So excited.
Is that you have like 5 miniatures that function as your team, and then you have like a ton of little bits. There isn't too much to this game, but yet there's like it seems like there's like a lot of cool strategy and stuff that goes into the game, and there's like all like you can buy different teams that come with these different highly sculpted miniatures, and they have like their own tokens and set of rules that function like completely differently and asymmetrically, if you want to call it that, that you can play with. So be like, oh, I'm gonna play as the Brewers this time, or oh, I'm gonna play as the Dinky Doos this time. I don't know what the different are. They could be called the Dinky Doos. I don't care.
It could
the
be.
Hammers,
Yeah.
whatever. In any case, I'm excited because this game has like this really, again, A+ to the production of this game. It looks awesome. It has great table presence. You look at it and it's like this great 2-player game that has a lot of great strategy that invokes a lot of what my friend and I used to play back in the day, which is a lot of X-Wing. So you have to like do some movement. You have these different templates. You're kicking this ball around. They kind of mimic how a ball will be kicked and how it can like then scatter, so that you're having to have, do this positioning and stuff like that, just in a theme that I think works really well for me, more than Blood Bowl or more than like a Armada or Star Wars, or even like Attack Squadron or whatever the heck that's out there now these days. Like
Yeah.
there's just some really cool fantasy stuff that Guild Ball seems to really just pluck at my my interest nerves that no
Yeah.
other game could do since X-Wing, and so I'm really excited to give that a shot too.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Guild Ball.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to check that one out too because I forgot about that one.
Yeah, Guild Ball's cool. They had like came out with a kickoff. I got it in a trade actually too. So like it came nicely in this big box and it has the miniatures in it. Just everything that you need versus having to try to buy it piecemeal, which I appreciate. I appreciate just being
yeah.
like, boom, here's everything. You're not having to like, again, go to the store and buy this $35 thing. Because then it just feels like you're buying like just tiny little expansions that are fighting with each other. It's like how when Warhammer used to be like, oh, Space Marines and Orcs, you could just mash them all together and here's like 500-point army that you could play. Like that's what got me in, and then whatever. I don't know. It wasn't like Warhammer that way. I didn't want Guild Ball to be like Warhammer, but it's
Right.
not.
Right.
So